Here's a list of the upfront costs you can expect when buying a house outside of your down payment. When you get an offer accepted on a house, there's a lot of things that can happen between the time that you get the offer accepted and the time you actually close. And there's a lot of money that gets passed in that time as well. Now, this might be a different thing in a different place, but here it is a fee paid for your unrestricted right to terminate for a certain amount of days. Now, it can be anywhere from 50 all the way up to about $500. Really just depends on your market, so keep that in mind. Also, earnest money is going to be a thing. I would say budget about 1% of the sales price. Earnest money is just showing you have some sort of seriousness and commitment to this house. You will lose that if you default on the contract, but if you go all the way through with it at closing, you'll get that credited back to you. Number 3 is going to be paying for a home inspector. Now, he's not party to the contract at all, but you want to get him in there so that he can inspect everything from roof to appliances all the way down to the foundation. That way you know all the faults of the house. His fee's usually going to be anywhere between about $250 all the way up to $400 or $500. It really just depends on the size of the house. Next up is the appraisal fee. Now, your lender is going to order the appraisal. The appraisal is there to make sure that the house is worth what you're trying to pay for it. You do have to pay that fee up front in most cases. Could be anywhere from $5 all the way up to $1,000. I think it really just depends on the type of property and the overall square footage, but you want to keep that in mind. That is another fee outside of like your normal realm of things that you're going to need to pay for up front. Another couple things to keep in mind and in budget is going to be for a pest inspection. So you might need to make sure that there's like no wood destroying insects, and for any other specialized inspector that you might need to get in there, whether that is an asbestos person, a roofer, a foundation specialist, or somebody testing for lead-based paint. Once that inspector gets in there and lets you know all the faults of the house, that kind of opens up a Pandora's box, and you may need somebody more specialized to get in there and give you their professional opinion. Buying a house can be expensive, so make sure that you're budgeting in these extra costs on top of your down payment and closing costs.